Hey everyone, today I'm doing an update video for the archery pack. It's actually an update I want to submit, but in case you don't want to download the new thing and just update it in your pack, you can follow this video where I'm doing it live. So something was brought to my attention was if you hit someone as a client, they don't have the hit effect. So we're gonna fix that by going into the event graph for the dummy, for example, but we're also doing a BPI master, but it's the same step. Basically, we do add custom event, multicast hit response. I know, just multi hit response because that's what I usually do. So we'll set it as a multicast here. Doesn't have to be reliable. I mean, it's important, but it's not. You know, it's not one of the most important things in the world, unless you think it is. Because this already run on the server because this is point damage, so that's fine. And then we need to execute it on all this variable, basically. That's all we need to do, and we need to repeat that step here. So we can just copy paste and then refresh nodes and drag that into here. So just the same step. So all the AI do it properly. So equip, aim, shoot, and now you can see his head bobs back. That's the hit response. Something else is there some issues on the client with the simulate physics, the radial impulse. Now a way to improve this a little bit is actually dragging this vector out into the multi-det here, and we'll do hit location and then dragging that in from here. Let's communicate directly. Otherwise sometimes that info is lost and they kind of just fall down onto the ground, and this gives it a bit of a weird effect that it always seems to hit them from behind. So some small issues with the location. But yeah, it's a step in a better direction, and if you're gonna do multiplayer, it's probably best to do animations for this sort of stuff anyway, or try out a different way. Maybe you can actually get a bone location, socket location. Try something like that. Maybe you can get nice results there. Play around with the radius and the strength. It's just yeah, more of an example. Anyway, so that's the stuff I already had done before as to directly help someone out. The next question I got was in regards to small walls. Now I can't say I've tried this yet, but it makes sense to me. So I'm gonna turn off dedicated server. It's not super relevant for now. So if you're hands through wall and you shoot, you can still shoot the arrow, see, like that. So that's an issue if you have like a small wall. So how would I go about and fixing this? I'm gonna try out something now, but if you're looking at the video, it probably ends up okay. So in the bow master, let me grab that. On the firing, shooting logic. I think here is the right place to do it. Can shoot and subtract ammo. We'll probably wanna actually do it in here. Is aiming, don't use arrow, blah blah blah. So after this, I guess. I'll add a branch. Spawn, or what do you call this? Arrow obstacle check. So I'll turn this off by default for people that get the pack, because then if they have their new character, I don't know, it might cause issues or something. So I'm gonna turn it off I'm gonna turn it on by default for now, but I'll turn it off before actually submitting. I'll make it editable, put it in general settings, and give it a description of should we check if the bow is through a wall or something? Check if the arrow can actually fire example, if your arm is through a wall. Now with faker obstacles, this won't really be an issue, but hey, if it's false, we can just continue as usual. If it's true, we'll do our logic. I'll do a trace. That should be fine. 9 trace per channel. Sockets, or get mesh, get socket location, head seems like a good place to check from. Right, let me check if I spelled it out properly or if it's with a capital. Head, yeah, looks fine. Okay, and we'll do the arrow spawn location. Oh, get world location. There we go. Actors to ignore. Make an array. Ignore. Self is true, and then I guess here we'll just turn on visibility for now. And then if this is false, we can shoot because then there's no obstacle. If it's true, we'll just do print string for developer mode. Although you'll have to do another way of communicating it, I guess, to your players if you end up using this. So for now, we'll say can't shoot arrow, obstacle in the way. Red 5 and like that. So let's see how this works. Compile the bow master. If you're working in 4.19, it's not smart to compile the character in this level. So let's see what happens. It seems to be. Oh no, that goes where I wanted it to go. Okay, now we're in here. Can't shoot arrow, obstacle in the way. So basically we do a trace from his eyes, the character's eyes, to the location of firing. Now he can shoot, and that seems to make sense. He can still shoot. Now he can't. Now he can't either. That's okay with me. Yeah, alright. So he does a trace from his head to where the arrow spawns, and that sort of stops it from if there is something blocking there, then we don't allow it. So this could be anything right now, anything that responds to the visibility channel. So yeah, I'd say that's good. I'm gonna put this to none. I hope that solved those issues, and I'll make sure to submit this. Just gonna maybe drag these out a little bit, line them up. Maybe I'll just like this. There we go. Alright, so yeah, I hope this was useful to you. I hope you've been able to follow along and update it for yourself as well. Thanks again for supporting. If you haven't left a 5-star rating, I'd really appreciate it. We already have 7, so that's freaking crazy. And yeah, thanks in advance, and best of luck with your project.